Right now, if you are looking to start your own business, whether it be like a home-based business, like an MLM type business, or literally starting an actual like entrepreneurial business from your home, you're probably weighing the pros and cons of each of those. So in today's video, what I want to talk about are some of the advantages of owning your own virtual assistant business. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So first thing I have to admit is I looked at my YouTube channel from last week and I'm literally wearing the same shirt in this video as last week. But I promise I'm recording on different days. Some of you are like, that's the same shirt. Some of you are like, I had no idea it was the same shirt. Some of you are like, you were wearing a shirt? But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm wearing the same shirt. So I don't have a huge wardrobe budget for my YouTube channel. So anyway, that aside, I want to talk today about the advantages of starting a virtual assistant business. And people start a virtual assistant business for many different reasons. And in my 3-day course, this is actually what we talk about in day 1, is identifying your why. And the nice thing is that everybody's why can be different, but what you need to make sure of is that the reason why you're starting a business obviously fulfills that why, but there are some things that come along with that maybe you haven't thought of, and those are some of the things that I want to identify for you today. So before I start going through those advantages, there are some things that I want you to think about. I want you to think about, what would your life be like if you had fun every single day at work? If you enjoyed every single thing that you were doing? The next thing I want you to think about is, what if you knew that the work you were doing, the services you were providing, made you a leader in what you were doing, right? It made you the best. You knew that you were offering the best service. You were a leader in the virtual assistant industry, right? How would that make you feel? How would it make you feel if you knew that you were using your skills, your talents in the best way possible to help other small businesses? And then the last thing I kind of want you to think about is, what if you were able to expand on the skills that you already had and had an opportunity to not only make money, but continue to learn at the same time? So those are some things that I kind of want you to keep in the back of your mind. Maybe one of those questions spoke to you more than another. So as I'm going through these lists of advantages, I want you to keep this in the back of your head. I also would like you to subscribe and ring the bell. So every week when I drop a new video, you are notified. And I may or may not be wearing this shirt because apparently it's my new favorite shirt. I don't know. But anyway, I am here with a new video every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So let's dive in to what these advantages are. And why you maybe have decided to start your own virtual assistant business, or why you're pondering it. Now, when I started my business, the reason I started could be very, very different from the reason why you are considering it, or why you started. So I'm gonna start with what the advantages for me were. And for me, it was 100% freedom. And what I mean by freedom is time freedom. I could take time off if I needed to. If I wanted to go on a vacation, I could take time off and I didn't have to ask anybody. If I had a doctor's appointment, I could take time off, didn't have to ask anybody. If I wanted to be done with work at noon on Friday, I had the ability to do that. For me, it was freedom. For you, it might be the freedom to set your own hours. If it works with your schedule, that you only work, let's say you're doing this part-time, and let's say you want to work from 10 to 2 every day. You have the freedom to set those hours. If you want to make it a full-time job where you work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, you have the freedom to do that. The other thing about being a virtual assistant is you get to set your own rates. Now, what does that look like? I want to take a step back from that and explain, and I did this in another video that I had, where it talks about why you should hire a virtual assistant over like a full-time office employee. And that's because as a virtual assistant, the interruptions you have are so much fewer than when you work a regular office job. Because in a lot of situations, you are working by yourself in an office alone where it's quiet. You probably don't have the phone ringing off the hook. You probably don't have coworkers coming in and out all the time, interrupting you. So what you're able to do is you're able to, and I've seen this in myself, a job that when I was working in the marketplace would take me 2 to 3 hours. Now it takes me about 1 or maybe 1.5. So I'm like cutting that in half because you don't have those interruptions. So what does that mean for you? It means that you are able to spend less time working and you're able to charge a higher rate. So what you're getting in return, you're charging a higher hourly rate, but it's actually saving you time. So you're having to work less. So that's the trade-off. And then going along with that, like if you have kids, there's a good chance that if they're not in school, you're having a daycare expense. And when you work from home, you may still want to have somebody come in and help you, right? You may want to have like a nanny come in or a babysitter come in and help you, right? But if you're working less hours, you're going to save money there too. You're going to save money on childcare expenses because you are not going to need someone to come in to watch your kids for as long a period of time because you are not working as many hours as you had worked before, but yet the amount of income that you have coming in is still the same. The next is, are you somebody that has a daily commute? Are you someone that has to drive? If you live in a smaller town, it may take you like 10 minutes to get to work, but I know some people, it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to get to work, both ways, like to and from work. And the nice thing about being a virtual assistant is you can work from anywhere where you have an internet connection. So for some people, for most people, that's a home office. Some people work better like renting an office space if you want to do that. It's really whatever works best for you, but you cut down on that commute, and that also is giving you more time back. The next advantage is you get to pick who you work with. You get to pick who your coworkers are, right? So you get to choose who your clients are. So you don't have like the person in the cubicle next to you that's like chomping on their chips or clicking their pen or whatever they're doing, like popping their bubble gum, whatever they do that annoys the crap out of you, right? You get to choose who you do and don't work with, and in most cases, you're just working with yourself. So you get rid of like the coworker annoyances of working in an office space. Another thing, and I'm going to go back to those of you that have kids, is have you ever missed one of your kids' like sporting events or school concerts because you had to work and you couldn't get time off? How did that feel? How did that feel to miss your kid's event? I'm guessing it didn't feel great. And when you own your own business, whether it be a virtual assistant business or any business working from home, that again goes back to that freedom thing. You have the freedom to set your own schedule. If you work 8 to 5, but you need to leave early on a Thursday at 2 o'clock to go to your kid's game, you can do that. And you can do that without guilt. You can do that without having to ask anybody. You can do that without having to coordinate with anybody else's schedule. All you have to do is you have to tell your clients, I'm off at 2 o'clock on Thursday, so if you need something, give it to me before that. Like that's all you have to do. There's so much freedom. Again, it goes back to that freedom piece. There's so much freedom in owning your own business. So maybe you're watching this and you're on the fence. and you're like, I want to do this. Everything you're saying speaks to me, or some things speak to me, some things don't speak to me. Here's what I want to say to that. And I've been talking about this the past few weeks. Now is the time to start. Chances are you're stuck at home. You might be able to work your regular job that you had from home. But I also know that some of you have lost your job. I also know that some of you have been furloughed. So they've promised you a job, but right now you don't have a paycheck. So what you need to do is you need to take this opportunity. If any of those advantages spoke to you, you need to take this opportunity to set something up for yourself. So when this happens again, when something like this happens again, you're prepared. You don't have to worry about if the government's going to shut down your business because you have to work from home. Because if you're already working from home, problem solved. That's something that's been so nice in the way that I have it set up now is nobody shut down my business. Nobody shut down my business. When I was told I had to stay home, that was fine because I was staying home every day anyway, walking 10 feet to my office every single day. So if you are on the fence, I want you to sign up for my free 3-day e-course. There's no expense to that. What we're going to do is we're going to evaluate your why. What we're going to do in there is we're going to look at your skill set and see if you have the skills that it takes to start a virtual assistant business. And then we're going to talk about some ways that you can get clients. Now, if you've already taken that 3-day e-course and you're like, yes, I want to do that, what you need to do is if you're serious, because here's the thing, if you're not serious, I don't want you to waste your time. Don't waste your time. But if you're serious and you're ready to start now and you're like, the next time this happens, I don't want to be in the position that I'm in right now, you need to go to my paid course. In that paid course is everything you need to get your business started in the next 7 days. You can start your business in 7 days. You can start getting clients in 7 days so that 1 month from now or 2 months from now, your life can look different. You can have all the freedoms that I mentioned earlier in this video. You can have the freedom to set your own hours. You can have the freedom to set your own pay. You can have the freedom to go to all of your kids' events and not have to feel guilty about asking anybody for time off. Give that to yourself. Your current employer is not going to give you that freedom. They're not. No employer I ever worked for ever gave me those freedoms. You know what employer gives me that freedom now? Me. I'm my own employer. I set the rules. I choose how much money I make every single month. Nobody else dictates that. Nobody else dictates whether or not I take Friday afternoon off. Or if I'm feeling under the weather, that I call in sick that day. Or if I want to go on a vacation, I don't have to worry about the person in the cubicle next to me that we cover each other's work. I don't have to worry about whether or not they want to take that same time off. Give yourself freedom, whatever that looks like. It's going to look different for you than it looked for me. And there's nothing wrong with that, but owning your own virtual assistant business gives you freedom. It gives you freedom from that commute. It gets you away from the annoying coworker that sits in the cubicle next to you. It's going to give you whatever you want it to give you. You just have to decide what that is. The next thing is, do you want to do it quickly or do you want to do it slowly? If you want to do it slowly, you can continue to watch my YouTube videos. I'm gonna be honest with you, you're not gonna get all the content ever that's in my paid course because some of it is just, it's too good to give away for free and I will never give it away for free. And if you want to waste your time searching the internet to find it somewhere else, you certainly can do that. It's the slow path. It's the slow path. But if you want to do it quickly, if you are serious about all of the freedoms that I mentioned, if you are serious about not being in this position again when the next pandemic or whatever it is, whatever the next thing is, hits and you're forced to stay home, if you don't want to be in the same position you're in right now, Start today. Go to that paid course. So if you found this video helpful, please like it. Give me a thumbs up. If there's an advantage that I didn't think of, because like I said, everybody's like reason for starting and advantages are different. Everybody's is different. And that doesn't mean that one person's is better than another. We're all different. Everybody's different. So whether or not you want to use your skills to help people, whether or not like you want to be the best virtual assistant you can possibly be, whether continuing to learn and expanding your skill set is what you want, or if you just want to have more fun at work and literally just make work whatever you want it to be, make it exactly how you want it, decorate your office however you want to decorate it. If that's like what floats your boat, then do it. Do it. And here's the thing, like I'm here to support you. I'm here to support you. You can email me anytime, lisa@605assistantsolutions.com. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. That's why I have this YouTube channel. It's to help you. I want you to succeed because here's the thing, there's enough virtual assistant business out there for all of us. There's not a lack of business for a virtual assistant. There's just not, especially now. So I hope you found this video helpful. I will see you in next week's video. I will do my best to not wear the same shirt. So I will see you, I'll see you next week.